Right, hello. This is Bluetooth, but it isn't, so let's go ahead and let's disconnect my microphone and connect to the then.
There you go, it's back. So look now, should be fixed. Lovely, okay, so after moving around my mic a little bit, we've found a fix. It's very common for that to happen, it happens all the time, so I was going to go ahead and get VPilot up and all that. So today, we're in the lovely little PMTG 737 we're going to be taking today. Right, I'm looking if I can make my Firefox tab bigger. I think that'll be possible, hopefully. I've got VPilot quite small now, so yeah, it's okay. That's nice. That means it's bigger now. So today, yeah, we're going to be flying from. Just need to get the charts as well. So I need Nats, and I also need Vatsim Island. Now I have got scenery for Dublin, but as I've learned, it's the sort of scenery you don't just like download as an executable. And so far, the only one like this, where you actually you go to the add-on scenery and click on it, and then click inside the folder. Basically, the only one that's worked so far is the one that can actually directly link to a scenery. All these others, for some reason, they haven't been able to, and haven't worked. So we're planning stand 4, because I'm going to go stand 1 actually. Let's just move that. Because flights to Dublin use stands 1 to 6. And I can prove that's not virtual Ryanair being silly, because I know that myself from experience. When I went, we were definitely on stand 1. And I'll get the VAT Island charts up as well. So that's Dublin. There you go. And they're there, ready. So, won't be needing those yet, though. Got a small bit of a cold this morning. It's not as bad as some of my other colds. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the desktop audio. No, turn on the desktop audio. And test that it's working. So, yeah, it's working. Lovely. Sometimes it doesn't work, or I forget to turn it on. Flashbacks to Wednesday's stream. Anyway, let's forget about Wednesday's stream. So now it's on there, we can start planning our flights today. So the first bit to do today is to go ahead and book the flight. So we're going from, they go to Ireland, FR 505 from Bristol, that's accurate. So I'm book flight to Dublin, and then go over to SimBrief, create new flight. FR 505 is the code, like the airline flight number and all that. So after that, we're departing from there you go, EGGD to EIDW, which is correct. Yes. Alternate is apparently GCC. I haven't been given an alternate on here, so I have to just sit with that. Using a 737 today. I'll use the registration of the one that I'm going to have in the sim. Call sign today is going to be Ryanair 6 Yankee. And that's that. So, passengers today, we have 188, which is full. It's fuller than the actual Ryanair config will go. I don't know how it packs so many in. And cargo, if you round it, it just works out at 0.5. I'm going to put it up to 0.6. I'd rather it be slightly too heavy, because it's 0.547. Like, it's right in the middle. Flight level 240 today is the altitude planned. And then, let's have a look at the weather. So, EGGD, we've got winds of 310 at 3. So, 27 is the correct one. Dublin, we have winds of 290 at 9. So, 280 is the correct runway again. So, that's all correct. What route have they got? So, they've got Bracken to, I can't remember what STU stood for now. And then to Vatsim. That's the one that I've been given straight away as well. So, I'm probably going to pick that one. It looks like one of the shortest routes as well, so I'm definitely going to pick that one. It's the one we've been given. Like 209 miles, so that's good. I'm happy with all that. So I'm going to go ahead and generate the EarthP now of the flight. And I'm going to spawn in the sim. So all my yoke and stuff is on, just making sure. In terms of, like, I thought to check, like, Vatsim events. I don't think there's anything that concerns us today. Actually, let's just wait and see, you know. Just wait and see. Here we are, though. I do have some lovely UK 2000 scenery for both Manchester and Bristol installed, so that's nice. Still coughing loads. Not too bad. Hopefully the PMDG loads in without a problem. Although I know it can be a bit problematic to load. Yep, it's all good today. It's in a good mood. And my first job before this thing loads in is to get the GPU on board. Because I don't want to run on APU power at all. That's lovely. Did I accidentally press Q? Oh, this plane has done that glitch again where it's got no sound. Great. Did this yesterday, did this last week as well. So I need to select aircraft. It's unbelievable. Let's just get it back on the start screen while I sort this out. So I need to load back in now. A default 737-800 is what I need to do. So a default 737-800, I need to do that. And then I need to load in my Ryanair one again. Because otherwise, if I load in another Ryanair straight away, it will bug out the plane entirely. So no, this plane doesn't have... This one doesn't have any sounds either, but to be fair, it doesn't normally have sounds until you turn the battery on. Yeah, it has sound, okay. Just checking it. It does have those sounds, so... Now I should go back and select the Ryanair plane again. I don't know why, but the PMDG 737-800 is always the most annoying plane to start. I don't know why it does this whenever you load it up. But very rare that you can just sort of power it on and go. It's very, very rare. So it's loading again now. And hopefully we should have sound. I heard a little click then, so I think we have sound. Yeah, we have sound. crazy. Always this aircraft, always. Yeah, lovely, it's got sound now. All as it should. Lovely. So, lovely, here we are. Back on the game. It's pretty annoying this, I'll be honest, but there you go. Oh well. We're here now. So the next job now is to start the flight. So refresh and then fly. We've kept the same route at 24,000, so I can start. That's that started. So next job is to go ahead and file the flight plan and connect to Vatsim. So we are Ryanair. Oh, if I can type. Ryanair. There you go. 6 Yankee. And we are a B737. No, sorry, B738. Very confusing that. Flight plan is not so long today, thankfully. 24,000 feet. It's only 1,000 feet more than yesterday. Much shorter route though. Much shorter. I don't know why we had such a long route yesterday, to be honest. It was such a short flight. EIDW to... no, I entered that in the wrong way round. Luckily I can just swap them to EGGD. Departure time is apparently going to be 7 UTC. I'm going to go for 7:10. I think that's more suitable. Airtime 44 minutes. And amount of fuel we have on board today is 2 hours 11. Okay. And cruise speed will be... That's where the total descent is. So approximately 450. So that's good. That's that. So we'll file it. Just checking it's all correct. Text only, all that sort of stuff. So file it. It's been filed. So that's good. So now it's time for me to go ahead and get... Actually, let's just make sure this door's shut first. Otherwise it goes crazy. Right, request boarding. And we should have 188 on today, which is nuts. Who do they use? Who do they use? Who do they use? Service Air. And then obviously stands 1 to 6 for the Dublin flights. And we're using Pier 1 at Dublin, providing it exists. Obviously, only if that scenery is there, basically. I also need to make sure the flight directors are on both sides. And now it's time to just set up the flight. So, position in it. So let's go ahead and... Luckily, this thing actually has working, like... I can type and then it goes into the computer, because in the Airbus it works, but it causes a really bad bug to happen. It recognises gate 1 and that's good, okay. And it causes a really bad bug to happen. It doesn't recognise any waypoints at all and bugs out. FR505 is today's flight number. Let's get on with the route then. So we're departing on runway 27 on the Brecon 1 X-ray. So put that in there. And then from there we're taking Q63 onto M17, and it should automatically put in STU. It does. And then to Vryr. Open left entry forward, yeah. We might need an air stair. Are they providing stairs? Oh, they are. Lovely. No need for an air stair then. I do love the Bristol scenery, I've got to say. It's nice. It looks so realistic as well to the real thing. Like, it looks so good. In terms of like the layout of it, it looks really good. And then the arrival is going to be ILS 28 on the Vatsim 1 X-ray. Oh, both 1 X-rays today, what about that? And then, I wasn't planning a transition, but it's automatically put one in for me. Oh, I don't want that. Unfortunately, I had to erase all of that. There you go, boom, put that in there, and it's done it. Very happy with that. I'm going to go ahead and check the restrictions now, before I put in all the fuel and stuff. I actually still need to do that, don't I? So, total kilograms of fuel on board today is 5810, meaning we have none in the central tanks, which is good, so I don't have to bother turning those fuel pumps on then. 174, obviously it's 188, but it only goes up to 174. And cargo is going to be approximately 275 in both, is accurate. So 275 and 275. So the load percentage today is 67%. Not too bad. We still need to fill out all this stuff as well, so cost index is obviously, we're going to use the standard 25, standard 2 reserves. It'll put in our 0 fuel weight, it has, lovely, and FL240 is our cruise today, and the cruise wind is 270 at 20. It normally is, isn't it, in FSX? There you go.
Thank you.
And the transition altitude is 6,000. N1 limit, no D rates. I don't normally use D rates. Flaps 5 for takeoff. I forgot you need to do this page as well, so no wind. Oh. 0/0 and 0. It's where it's all this out, so trim needs to be set at 4.81. That's close, that's the closest out of them. 144, so add 15, that's 159 on there.
Hello.
It's where it's all this out.
Hello.
Checking it's all correct and all that, which it is, which is good. So setting the altitude here straight up to 240 because it doesn't like there's any ATC, is that? Nope. And we'll set in Unicon, which is 122.8. So let's pop that in. And that's on, we're on Unicon now.
Morning.
I can actually put the TCAS on, can't I? Because it's Vatsim. Actually, no, you put them back. That's when you put it on. You put it on when you on Vatsim. You put it on when you taxi, when you like push back, basically. Almav and Vryr are both going on. How strange. You must be in a good mood. Let's have a look at the progress page. 207 miles today. It's exactly the sort of thing I'd thought about. So let's go on to the plan mode now and just check everything is all good. There's no craziness going on. Obviously there might be some discounts and all that. Whoa, there's none. There's no discontinuity. That's weird. There's no discounts at all. That's a strange one. They normally are, but I don't know. Today the airplane must be in a good mood because it hasn't given us any. Okay, let's have a look now at. We don't really need an aerodrome chart, do we? It's quite simple, just taxi back and then all the way along, but because there's no ATC or anything like that, is there?
Good evening, ma'am.
There you go. Brecon 1X. The transition altitude is 6,000. Restrictions. 4,500 or above at D15 is 6,000. Yeah. So I don't know. It's got slightly different names than on the charts, but the actual waypoint is 3,000 or above, then 4,500 or above, then 6,000. And then from there are no restrictions at all. It says there, see note 6. Pilots of aircraft which are unable to maintain gradients.
I'm doing good.
So BCM1X.
Morning. Thank you.
It's all good then. So, pilots of aircraft which are unable to maintain climb gradients to achieve flight level 80 by BCN. Because that's the minimum altitude by the time you get there. Average track is 30 miles. Okay, that's all fine. I'll keep the SID chart open though.
Morning. Thank you.
And I'll also get the star chart then open to runway 28.
Thank you.
There's the L1 battery. Goes in and then into the airport like that. It's not showing any restrictions, but it's actually quite hard to see those restrictions because the charts at Dublin are so stupidly crowded. But we won't look at them until later. All brakes can go set and all that, you know.
Hi. Thank you.
So how far are we into the process of boarding? Almost finished actually. There it is. It's just finished now. So thinking, yeah, we need to start the APU up now.
Morning. Thank you.
Okay, so these come on. This goes on, and also the pitot heats need to come on. The probe heats, whatever they're called. And packs need to come off so we can start the engines. We'll set this all the way up now to our cruising altitude today, which is 240. Yeah. I want us to close the doors now. And I still need to disconnect all this stuff once I'll just make sure my parking brake is set, ready for when. Is the APU fired up yet? Almost, not quite. And look on their page, you use the left ignition for the first flight of the day, and then the right for all the others. That's how it works. So get the seatbelts and all that on as well. APU's coming on, ground power's going off. That means the fuel pumps can come on now. And I want the anti-collisions on as well, ready for when we start the engines. So that can come off, that can come off. So I can go into the progress page of my FMC now and get ready to push back. So F12 and then prepare for push back and departure. We're going left. That's what I wanted. Could not go right at all anyway. I don't know why you can't go right, but you know, that's the runway we want anyway. That's 27. So we have to go left anyway. That's what I want. Not start engine before push back. So the tow truck is now in motion. So, oh yeah, now I'm pushing back. This is when I do the TCAS now into TR. Obviously, it's only TA only when we're on the ground, and then it'll adapt itself later.
Hello, Captain. We're ready for pushback.
Good. Just check smart cars is all good and running. It is lovely. I need to start the engines up.
Locking gear.
Good. The plane's all set up ready to go, so a little marsher there walking back.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted. Release parking brakes.
Parking brakes
Commencing push.
released.
All engines clear. Start at will.
Let's do number 1 first. I'm not really sure which one's supposed to do first, but you know. And hopefully that should be starting up. And it is. Lovely. I think you might have to do 2 first, but I can never remember. Doesn't really matter, does it? I mean, it matters for the point of realism to do with like balancing the fuel out for when you start the APU. But aside from that, it's like just one of those things, you know. It's like a picky thing that is kind of good to do, but like good habits, I guess. I don't know. So they should be pushing us back left. They haven't started their left yet. Introduce fuel on this side. Right, so they should be ready now. When this source off light goes off, that means we can get the packs back on and all that and do all the checks, so. But it's good, so I can get on anyway. Oh well. And the AP's coming off, and let's just go ahead and do a quick check. So, config has been checked, recall's been checked. Start switches. Yep, they need to be in continuous. Taxi lights actually need to be
Set
on.
parking brakes.
And the runway turn-offs. Parking brakes just been set there. So that's all set. Transponder set. Landing in strobe lights. And retract. We wait. To do that, we wait before takeoff. I don't bother with strobes, but, you know. And what can also come back on is the packs into auto mode.
Unlocking gear.
Make sure there's no lights now, just do a quick recall check. We've got nothing, which means that our plane is good.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass bin removed.
We can move the little engine thing into there, it makes it easy to see. And I need to set the flaps up as well. Up to
Left is clear.
position for
Right
flaps
is
5.
clear.
You can hear the flaps moving now. Okay, so yeah, left is right, left is clear, right is clear. So they're just going to have to start getting ready. Got no warning lights, nothing crazy, have we? Have a good trip. We will. Do a quick cabin announcement because we haven't done that for a while. Hello and welcome on board this Ryanair service. Thank you so much for choosing Ryanair, and we'll be sure to land you back in Dublin with a lovely hard landing. Flight time today should be about 45 minutes. Cruising to stay at flight level 240. We're heading over Brecon and then the west coast of the UK. Thank you. They are just making fun of the fact that Ryanair always make hard landings, which is absolutely 110% true. Let's turn on the runway here, actually. Very short little taxi to the runway then. Very short. And we need to get the landing lights on. Alright, let's just quickly say that we're taking off UGGD traffic. Taking off runway 27. There you go, put that in on Unicom and go. I don't think anybody else is actually heading for Bristol. Dublin at the moment, we've actually got 3 planes heading into Dublin. We've got me, another Ryanair from Manchester, that's funny. I'm flying to Manchester later. Who knows, maybe they'll do the return flight. We'll end up with 2 Ryanairs at the same time on the same route. Quite funny. So just turning onto the runway now. Right. Get ready. And where's the button? There it is. And toga. Right, I'm trying to click extra time on there. Good, the clock started. Right. 80 knots. V1. Rotate.
V2.
And we're taking off now. Positive rate gear up. Flaps have come down one position. Maybe that's a bad idea because the plane has started to reduce speed. Now I see if I can get the autopilot in. There you go. It was refusing to go in for a minute then, but it did it eventually. Going above 200 knots now, so this thing needs to start slowing itself down. So to help it, I'm going to start moving the flaps down properly now. Get all the way down now, and that's them good. Because at the moment, this is an even worse time to overspeed because there's a current bug in this with virtual Ryanair that when you speed now, it's like losing you a ton of points by accident, like it's a bug. But if you send the pilot for like staff review, they will do it. Right, so that's gone into flight. Runway turn off's coming off, taxi light's coming off, retractable's coming off. So that's all good. Air conditioning pressure set, start switch is set, landing gears up, auto brake off, flaps up, no lights. Altimeter's set. Obviously we don't set that until 6,000, which is here, so let's go ahead and put that in. Unfortunately this thing's it is going a bit crazy. Speed, look at it. Slow down plane. It's gone crazy, this. It keeps extending its speed. Anyway, since we've got the message now, the plane, and it's setting itself back down to what it should be at, which is good. I'm just watching myself do the stream, it's quite funny. Anyway, since we've got the so we're holding that 6,000 until this waypoint, then it's all the way up then. So let's go ahead and look at well, I can get the charts for Bristol off now actually. I didn't mean to close off the Nats page though, it was a bit stupid. I'll put that back to there. Right, okay, so the charts for Dublin make 0 sense because they're so weird. Actually, this is helpful. There's a coding table for every single one. So this is the Vryr arrivals. That's useful. I need to find the correct one, so it's... Is this the correct one? Vryr 1X, right? Yep, that's the one. I found it, the Vryr 1X, right? So, it's a little coding table telling me what altitudes we need to be at and what speeds. So it's flight level 70 and 230 at Sorin, yeah, 230 7000, 230 7000 at Sivna. Sorep, we've got none at all, and Sopem Sopep is there, yep, none at all. And then Latmo is 3000 or above, 180, and then it's the ILS. So that's good. It's bang on. Those coding tables are a real out there, because that's just really unclear. I'll be honest, really unclear. Honestly, the charts for the Dublin airport make 0 sense. Half of these. But I'll leave that for now. So we've passed 10,000 feet, so I can get the other landing lights off now. And what else is it? Oh yeah, seatbelts. I also want to the landing altitude for Dublin, which is 292, so 300. We'll set that to here. This thing's speeding up nicely. I'm happy with how it's going. So, in terms of directs, we're 156 miles from Dublin, 183 in the actual game. So, 182 now. Not bad. 24 miles to top climb. It'll probably be a climb for... Well, in real life, they spend roughly 3 minutes there. I reckon because we're cruising at 240, not like the usual sort of 270 that they seem to use. They use anywhere between 240 and 270. But yeah. Currently there's a departure on the ground at Dublin. There is an Air Canada literally just about to land. I think it has landed actually. Because of its speed, it has landed. Then we've got a Ryanair as well. And then after that, it's me. Yeah, the skies are actually pretty busy, which is a bit weird, isn't it? They're not really that busy. We have got a lot less connections. Like compared to last night, there's over 300 less connections. So it is different, but you know. Up here at this altitude, it's nice to get a little look outside, you know. Hopefully we have that Dublin scenery, but I doubt it. Because I'm pretty sure that Belfast City scenery I installed yesterday did not work. Right now, yeah, there's nothing to sort of, you know, think about. I mean, the next flight we're doing down to Manchester will also be pretty quiet. I'm going to see, I think we might end up with, I can never work out that page anyway. It doesn't seem like anybody sticks to the bookings. But judging by the last 2 weeks, Manchester often has ATC, so we'll see about that. It'd be nice if we had some ATC, wouldn't it? The stream we did last week, we had quite a bit of ATC, which was nice. Actually, I think it's time I set all the stuff for Dublin. So what's the transition altitude I'm being given at Dublin? Does it say 5,000? And then I also need to do the descent, so it's obviously 40, not 40, isn't it? So that's 40 arrival as normal. That's what we'll do. And what I want to do then is get the ILS on. So that is 110, no, 111, decimal 35. I love how it does tell you the ILS frequency and the course just there. It's so much, it makes my job so much easier. I mean, like, when I was in the Dash 8 trying to find it for Inverness, one, there was 2 that it gave me, which was not particularly helpful. It's quite hard to find out, you know, and the course, I had to look that up as well. They're all set now for descent. None of the approach stuff is needed, so it's just the landing stuff we need to do now. And speaking, well, I don't know what I said speaking of, because I'm not anywhere near anything, but you know. We are approaching 240. So now that's all in there. I'll keep it out and then I'll put it in when we go below 10,000 feet. So, but I know the course is correct. Right, so how long have we got a cruise now? 53 miles. Not too bad. Not the longest cruise in the world, but definitely not the shortest. So how long's that? 7:01 in game. That's Zulu, obviously. 9 minutes. Roughly 8 or 9 minutes. That's pretty good. Pretty good. I've had less time at cruising actually previously. I had to learn where to put my throttle. Like, obviously in this plane it doesn't matter where you put the throttle, and like in the Airbus, so I'm putting it about 20, just above the 25 mark, which is normally about where it is when I take control of the plane. But I never know for sure. But it's nice to get it accurate. It just makes it easier. I do like scenery here. I think this is what, West Wales now? So look on that spot. Yeah, it's West Wales. Currently we're above Swansea, I think. That is Swansea down there. Did some VFR flying around Pembroke and Swansea. That was nice. As I said, we've got to get some VFR flying done on this channel. It's good. I enjoy it. We've got to do it. Get the low FPS outside the plane. I can't get it. I might change the preset I use so it uses like, I don't know, it's a bit weird, isn't it? So it uses more CPU. What I'll try and do is just make it so there's it doesn't. What's it? Doesn't. Oh man. Oh yeah, just don't go outside as much. Oh, there you go. Ryanair 553 has just said that it's landing. The plane, the flight, the Qatar flight, I think it's Qatar, has left Dublin now. And the arrival hasn't actually disconnected yet, and obviously that Ryanair flight is also. So by the time I get there, they might all have gone. But it depends, because how far am I now still? So I'm still 138 miles from Dublin. It is crazy though how many like flights there are about. On top of the set, it's all the way down to 31 miles now. Crazy, it went quite fast then. If I move it slowly, it probably won't lag as much. when the camera's standing still like this, it doesn't lag. I'm sitting in the first officer's seat now. I prefer this seat, I think. I'm more used to it, definitely. Yeah, so all good. 20 miles left of our climb. So there's nothing really to do at the moment, is there? You know, I've checked everything. Everything's all set up and ready. Wait, it wasn't 25 as well, not 20. Oh well. Okay, so the flight that landed from Vancouver's disconnected now from the server. I actually may as well put the altitude down now to 70. It will be 7,000. Because that's the first restriction that we'll be at. I don't know whether the plane will hit it. Plane's now making a little turn back up towards Dublin again now, it'll be. Then I want to do it again, just for good. We'll probably end up with that ATIS that always ends up being connected to us. Which is on the same frequency as Vatsim. So 6 miles to descent, almost there. The start of our Dublin arrival's in just 40 miles. And I forgot to, actually that's just being silly, I forgot to put those little lines on. I thought it looked a bit strange, that's why. Yeah, there it is, I'm just going to range of it now. Really game. Just to be annoying, isn't it? That's the only reason it did it. Okay, so that flight from Manchester is actually established on the ILS there, so unless there's any return flight, I don't think we'll see them. I'm just going to ignore this at the top. It'll go away when I land anyway. I don't know why it's annoying, isn't it? But, you know. Move it to the top so it doesn't get in the way. Vatsim are so stupid for putting this on the same frequency. Every time it goes across, it says it's a brand new information, but it isn't. Like, it said uniform, then Yankee, then whiskey, but it's still been 0700 Zulu, which isn't even the time. It's like, so that means that obviously it was from ages ago. I don't know. Auto brake's 3 because I want to brake quite hard anyway. Because obviously the earlier I manage to brake, the earlier I'll be able to start taxiing back towards the airport. Hopefully, obviously, my theory will have worked, but I doubt it highly. This flight is just about to land, the one from Manchester. So when does this reckon I'm going to reach 7,000? In time for those flight level 070 points, definitely. So we're still 20 minutes off of Dublin, so there's no need to say we're inbound yet. I'll say that once we're actually on the arrival. I'll just write the message and then do it later. So inbound. And then ETA is, and then I'll put in how far, what that ETA is when we actually reach Vryr. I reckon it'll be about 12 minutes, but I'm not sure. Any people in the chat or anything? No, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Passing 19,000, so there's no need for anything. Oh, yeah, just test these lights. That's one thing to do. Hopefully we'll have some good landings, but, you know, it's Ryanair, so I always let myself off with anything that's under 400, basically. About 400 FPM, that's acceptable if you're a Ryanair pilot. It's not acceptable if you're a normal pilot, but if you fly Ryanair, it's acceptable. That's how it works. But this is just more legs of the tour. This is why we're doing it. This is legs 5 and 6 of the UK tour, UK and Ireland tour. So, what we're going to be flying next Saturday then? Yeah, we are going to be flying next Saturday. Yes. Where is it? Oh, unfortunately, there was a document for it, but it's still down. It's been down for a week and a half now. Unbelievable. It's from Manchester. From Manchester, we're going to Belfast to Stansted. That'll be the route. Not this Saturday, obviously not today. Next Saturday, that'll be our route that we do. But today, obviously, we're flying back out to Manchester, so that's what we're doing today. We've hit Vryr pretty much. How far is it? It is 16 minutes at the moment. No, 17 minutes. I haven't hit Vryr yet though. we've just hit it there. It's 7:06, so roughly 16 mins. And it's actually that point when we need to reach flight level 7,000. We need to be at 7,000, so it will actually definitely require some waiting, because we need to be at 7,000 for at least that 6.8 miles. What it's done, it's been quite clever, it's planned it so that we hit those detail markers and then it will slow down its descent, and by the time it slows down its descent it'll work out being exactly 7,000 per there. It's quite clever that it's been able to work that out. I don't know, it's saying my decel point is per there, but I don't agree with that. I think that's too soon. And we're still 64 miles from Dublin. And at the time we'll probably be about, actually no, we'll be about 30 miles away, so maybe slightly too far out, but not that far out, actually. Oh, here you go. Is that, oh, it's Liverpool Tower. I thought that was Manchester Tower online then. But no, it's Liverpool Tower that's online. There is still a flight on the ground at Dublin. That's the one that landed from Manchester. It is still there, and it's still connected to the Vatsim. We've got to slow down sometime now, haven't we? We've got to slow down some point. We've been in the air only 27 minutes, so it's actually quite, it shows how like short these flights are. We're coming up to 10,000 now. Good. So the landing lights can start going on and all that. Oh yeah, I'm going to need to switch into the ILS, do that. And make sure our approach speeds are correct. They probably will have drifted off by now, they have. 111.35, yep, 279, yep. Lovely. And let's get the fixed landing lights on now, and seatbelt signs on. And slow this plane down. I can also see the Ryanair plane here on the ground. And unfortunately we have still got old Dublin scenery. It's parked at where one of the new areas are. That's where it's parked. It's such a shame, but yeah, the Dublin scenery didn't work like all the others that never ever seem to work. The only one I've got to work is the Knock scenery. I don't know what was special about that scenery, but it was the only one that worked. I've done them all the same way. A bit weird. I mean, I followed tutorials and all that, but my sim just won't recognise them. Like, it comes up with a little path, basically, and it tells you with a little path that it has, like, in the folder, and it comes up with a path saying add-on scenery / and then the name of the airport. And the Knock one it recognises its path instantly. All the others, it doesn't recognise. And I can't understand it. It's a shame, because it means we have to have default scenery, which for some airports is okay, but for Dublin is a problem, because it's out of date. It's massively out of date. Like, instead of having 4 piers, the airport has 2 piers, which is an issue. Like, it's a massive issue. Not great. There doesn't really seem to be anything I can do about it. We're approaching that sort of target of 7,000 now. Oh, that reminds me, I still need to set my barrow reference. So let's go ahead and set that now. So it's 500 will be roughly. That's our minimums basically. That's set up now. We're very close to 7,000 now. There you go, there's a little altitude horn to tell me that we're close to 7,000. But we obviously have to hold for a little bit. That Ryanair plane is still connected to Vatsim, so we might see it, might not. I'm just writing the message that I'll send out once we're established on the ILS, and hopefully I won't forget it like we did landing at Newcastle on Wednesday. There you go, so Aitison Tower alive at Liverpool, nothing live at Manchester as of yet. So, you know. We've reached 7,000 where we'll be for 6 miles. We need to hold the 7,000 here for a little bit. The decel point has actually moved. I can see there it's moved. It's because there's that. That's why there was a decel point. It's because of the speed restriction of 230 knots. On this bit of the arrival, there's a speed restriction, isn't there? Getting us ready to land in Dublin. It's only 30 miles to Dublin Airport, not far. What's the average flight time on this then? 46 minutes is the average flight time for virtual Ryanair, and the airtime said by SimBrief is 44 minutes, and the average in real life I think was something like 43 minutes. So anywhere between 42 and 47 minutes is basically normal. What I class as normal. We're allowed to descend now below 7,000, so I'll take it down to the ILS altitude, which is 2,500 at its bottom. So I'm allowing the plane to descend now. Put this into 10 nautical miles range now. I'm going to get this thing to slow down because it needs to descend as well. I'm not going to open the wing flaps yet because you don't need to. The retractables can actually no, I'll leave them off until we do the landing checklist, which we don't need to do yet. Oh, that flight there has just disconnected. The Manchester one has disconnected, so it's going to be empty for us. Manchester's pretty busy. There's a good few flights inbound. The dotted lines are the inbound planes. So let's have a look at the airport information for that. Oh, I can get the speed brakes out now. Why isn't this thing descending? It's just sitting here at 7,000. You can go down plane. Does it know that? Yeah, I'm putting Vryr back in. Why is it descending? Why isn't it doing that? I don't get it. It's not descending. I just took it out of VNAV mode to try and kick it into descending, because it wasn't. Well, I don't have to hold at 7,000 anymore. I can descend. But it isn't for some reason. It looks like it is now. Now I've caught back up with, I don't know why it wasn't descending there for a minute, but there you go, I've solved that issue. Okay, it's flaps 5 actually then. We are still too high though. Which is why I'm choosing to slow the plane down. This thing should start descending now, which it is, good, at 1,000 feet per minute. It's actually, it is going to do a bit of a steep descent, so I'm going to employ the help of the speed brakes to get it down. So in terms of arrivals then, there's 2 of them that are pre-filed, one of them's landing in 17 minutes, and there's one just about to leave from Zurich as well. One of the pre-filed ones is down from Inverness, but then another one's from Boston, so we won't meet the Boston one, but we could end up meeting the Inverness one and maybe the Zurich one. By the time we actually land, get ready, you know. But almost no longer too high. Look, I've gone like non-standard pressure now. The winds still favour this runway, which is good, obviously. And I wouldn't change which runway we were landing on by now anyway, but just checking for when we leave probably. Luckily now we seem to have caught up with where we should be. It never went into flaps 5, that's a shame. I thought it would, but it never did. But we're basically established now, so I can put that message out on there. Looks like we've met up with our glide slope again now, only 100 feet off. We're on the approach now, and it seems to have picked up the localizer, which is good. And it should pick up the glide slope, glide path, whatever you call it, as well soon. Right, gears coming out now.
2500.
Hey, you always add 5 knots, don't you? So I've been watching a lot of people do streaming on YouTube. They always say add 5 knots, and I think I know why. It's because when you're landing a bit faster, it's easier to sort of control the plane. Obviously not too fast, but it's a key to get butter landings. Yeah. Right, full flaps there. Right, these need to go into continuous. These need to go on as well. I turned the wrong landing lights on earlier then. No, actually, no, I'm a bit silly. I just turned them off. Speed brake checked. Yeah, auto brake's good. Oh yeah, we need to arm the speed brake, don't we? Landing gear, all brake flaps, landing lights. Yeah, all of it's good. So it's all ready to go. Before we do our landing. Oh, how about I only add 3 knots? That sounds a bit better. Take out the autopilot now. Also, going to get a really stupid warning, aren't I? I was actually bang on when I left the auto throttle. Was bang on, which I'm pretty pleased with. So at the moment we're just bang on the glide path. Sitting here. Oh, the London Centre just came online. A little bit of lag that we always seem to get on approach. Obviously it's a shame that we can't be using the proper pier down in Dublin Airport, but oh well, it's just how it is. I don't know why, it just registered traffic then, but there's nothing on the ground. So how can it register traffic? What traffic? Just saw a little warning pop up on there. There's minimums. Okay, continue. We're a bit low, aren't we? Not great, is it? There you go. Back in line with what we should be doing now.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
That was pretty smooth. I'm now going to go manual brakes all like straight away because I thought we'd landed maybe a bit late there. Not sure. I thought Ryanair was supposed to do bad landings. And it was a plane that just loaded in Dublin, because I had a look. It's an A321 parked up KMA 8, I think that was. Bit of an odd call sign. We're here. That looks pretty smooth. 43 minutes, what the smart car's got. It reckoned I did a flight of, how long was this? 42 minutes. 133 FPM. Oh, now that is basically the definition of butter. That's a really good one. That's a good one. I don't need those. Okay, so that's that then. I'm very happy about that. Let's get the ground shot up now. Well, on the docking chart, really. I think it was stand 83 I used last time. I'm going to use Ryanair as the handling agent, obviously. I'm glad that was a nice smooth landing. Very smooth, in fact. Very good for Ryanair, which is strange for Ryanair to have a good landing, you know. Right, we're going to run it on APU. We're going to run the aircraft on APU power now. I wonder, I can't actually remember what stand it was. I'm going to land. I'm going to taxi in without the ground services. Obviously, all the stands are completely out of date, unfortunately. Which is it? The whole of the it's the SC Centre, so we don't go into their sector, so won't be involved in them. These are the stands I want over here. Oh, here you go. I can see the stand up there. I am gonna follow where I've chosen to park because I think that it's a remote stand, but it's where it's where Pier 2 would be. Well, close to where it would be anyway. But it's a nice little remote stand, we'll use it. Actually, you know what, let's go for a jetway. I like the look of the stand here. So obviously the stands don't really matter, because I do need to get scenery. I really need to get scenery, but it's just unfortunate that it's you can't just get it. You know, it's not totally available. It's hard to get. About there seems right, I think. Yeah, that's good. Right, revoke parking services. And then stop engines. And then request deboarding where I am. Ryanair is obviously the handling operator. Move this back to the top for the next flight, obviously. Open the doors. Open the air stair as well. Okay, so lights can go off. That can go on, so that can go off.
Bye bye. Bye, thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
And then the fuel pumps as well.
Thank you. You did a great job. Thank you for a wonderful flight.
And that's about it, isn't it? Oh yeah, anti-collisions as well.
Bye, thank you. Bye.
Lovely. That's it.
Have a good day. You too.
What's that flight? Oh, it's going to Cardiff out of a flight. Okay. I can now stop the flight on smart cars, can't I? Finish file, good. So let's just refresh that and it'll take me to this. Let's have a look at the pirate. 143 points, that's good. Got 33 points for a good landing, which is random.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
But that was a good landing. Minus 133 FPM, pretty good.
Thank you.
Right, we need to book our next flight now. So, new flight on Sim Brief.
Bye bye, thank you.
And we're flying to Manchester. So UK and Manchester, I should see. Yeah, FR554.
Thank you very much.
So that's the next one
Goodbye.
we're doing. Book flight to Manchester. Boom. That's good. And that's it, booked. Flight level 250 on the way back. That's crazy, because I'm pretty sure it's a shorter flight. You know. I'm positive it's a shorter flight. So, airline is FR 554.
Thank you.
Yeah, FR 554. We're departing from EIDW
Good night.
to, so EIDW to EGCC.
Bye, thank you. Bye.
Install this in. Call sign would be Ryanair. It's Ryanair 147 Hotel.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
So gone from a really short call sign to a really long call sign. It's 170 passengers, so full again.
Thank you for a wonderful
Cargo,
flight.
2.5. Well, we've got a lot of cargo on board today. Altitude, it's saying FL 250. I think for the length of flight, which is shorter than the one we've just done, don't trust that. Oh, I need to enter in cost index 25 again, don't I? Need to do that. Okay, so I think we'll depart maybe at 8:35 Zulu, I think. Seems about right. And this is the same one they've given us, so I'm going to take that one, obviously. In terms of runways, so Dublin, we can use 340. Like that, we can, no, not 340, 34. We can use 34, going up in that direction. It reckons that's better, so I'll do that.
Bye, thank you for a wonderful
In
flight.
terms of Manchester, it's 280. So yeah, the 2 3s are better. Doesn't really seem to matter which one you use in Manchester, whether it's 2-3 left or 2-3 right. I don't really care. I'll go with the one that's in Bruce given me then. So let's go ahead and generate the OFP for the flight
You too.
and start the flight on smart cars. Dublin to Manchester.
You too.
I don't actually know the amount of the cruising altitude today. It's 230 it's picked, which is a bit more sensible, I personally think. It's a lot more sensible. So that's our route. 39-minute airtime it reckons we're going to have.
Bye, thank you for a wonderful
Just
flight.
reset the clock there. So yeah, well, let's
Bye,
go ahead
thank
and
you for a
start
wonderful flight.
planning for the next flight then.
Thank you. Good night. Thank you.
So going from there to
Thank you very
EGCC,
much. Goodbye.
no, it's FR 554, yeah. And so we're flying from there to EGCC. Alternate is EGLL. Departure time is
Great job, gentlemen.
0835 Zulu. Estimated time now is 39 minutes.
Thank you.
Bye, thank you.
Speed is approximately 415 at cruise.
Great job, gentlemen.
Very short little flight that one, so we'll fire that
Bye.
and then start doing the route. So we're departing from
Thank you.
runway
You did a great
34
job. Thank you for a wonderful flight.
on the Liffey 5G. Yeah.
Thank you. Good night. Thank you.
And then we're taking Liffey. What the? Oh no. Whoa, that's because I clicked on slew mode by accident. Whoa. Did not see that coming at all. chaos. Don't know what happened there. Okay, I don't know. I hate that you accidentally do that. It's annoying. So we're taking Liffey. Oh, I'm being silly. Right, Q37. Mallard. And that's the flight. And then the arrival, ILS 23 left. It was. Oh, only the right runway has an ILS, so I'll skip that out then. MERS 2B. Bit of an oopsie that. Going into slew mode. Let's go ahead and... I'm not sure which gate I'm at. I don't even know which gate I'm at. I want to guess 74. I don't know. I'm guessing that was nowhere near. It isn't, no, it's nowhere near, is it? Really, game? Oh yeah, JS, that means jetway, doesn't it? That's all the way over there, so it's obviously the other jetways, the other lot of jetways, so like gate... Let's follow it round. 1, 2, gate 3. That's gate 3. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Gate 9. That's this must be gate 8 then. Yep, this is gate 8. Got it corrected at last. I didn't push back. I don't know why it thinks I'm pushing back. No, it's 170 passengers. This is very good parking. Very funny game. It's not good parking at all, really, because I didn't park. Well, you know. Obviously, there's a little bit of a glitch or something. I don't really know. I'll try and restart the flight on smart cars. I don't think I can do that. We'll also just like accept the fact that things were pushed back, which obviously we're not, but you know. Okay. Fuel. I'll just get on with entering this. You notice that we're now departing, which is good. So 5288 is the amount of fuel today. So that's set in. Payload got 170. But then we've also got a ton of cargo, so about 1250 in both, which is insane.
Hello.
This thing's load level is 75%. That's nuts. It's a lot more loaded than earlier. So look at the planned flight. Okay, so this time there is actually a discontinuity after Mersey, which is what's expected.
Hi, thank you.
So look at the charts then.
Good evening, ma'am. How are you? I'm doing good.
And then we want standard departure chart 3-4. Liffey 5G. Let's have a look at the Liffey 5G then. Looking at the coding tables, because that's generally the easiest way to go about it.
Good evening, ma'am. How are you? I'm
Okay,
doing good.
so at the runway, that's it. And then DWN.
Morning.
Morning.
At DWN 26, yeah, we need to be 3,000 or above. That's all set, and that's it. that is literally it. So I don't need that chart really. And then Nats on to Manchester, and then
Morning.
Good morning.
arrival via Mersey, which is us. We hit Mallard for
Good evening,
there,
ma'am.
and then
How
just
are
go
you?
in
I'm doing good.
to Wallasey, and then out. So let's have a look. The Mersey 2B, flight level 270 by Liffey. Yep, that's fine. Flight level 170 by Mallard.
Hello.
Mallard is already put in 170. So we need to be at Mallard for flight level 170, and then obviously we must go under like a certain. I don't see any speed restrictions on here. Does it say any speed restrictions? C note 2. Do not exceed 230 at Mersey. Yeah, that's that set in.
Good evening, ma'am. How are you?
There's nothing about the WAL speed restriction though, but I'll leave it in there. I think it's probably preparing for the Mersey one maybe. But it do need to be at 230 for Mersey. And that's it in terms of restrictions, so.
Good evening, ma'am. How are you? I'm doing good.
And now I need to start doing all these,
I'm right next to her.
all this sort of stuff. So, costing index still 25. And cruising altitude is FL230. Cruise wind is obviously 270. It is 25, I did check. It's 25, I've got it wrong. This thinks I'm cruising too high, so that makes me worry a bit. Thinks I'm cruising about 3,000 too high. So I'll have a see about that.
Good evening, ma'am. How are you? I'm doing good.
Yeah, VNAV's actually in now. No descent path after Mersey. Okay, that's the only thing it's worried about. Oh yeah,
Good evening,
transition
ma'am.
altitude is
How are you? I'm doing good.
5,000. No D rates. Take off. 0/0 and 0. Obviously.
Good morning.
Got center of gravity and it won't know our trim yet, will it? There it is. Flaps 5, so 145, so that's 160.
Good morning. Thank you.
That's because of our high weight, I think. Slightly higher weight, and we need to be at 5.03 on the trim.
Hello.
There you go, 5.01, that's the closest we can get, so good.
Morning.
Good morning. Hello. Hello. Good morning. Thank you.
How long have we got left of the boarding now? I'm just wondering. Actually, we're almost finished, so let's go ahead and get the APU fired up. I think the baggage has finished, so
Good morning. How are you?
I'll do that. Yeah, we're getting ready for the second flight of the stream down to Manchester. No idea why I said it like that. No clue. Boarding's been completed, so there you go, it's actually closing now. The APU won't have started yet, but it's close to starting. These gens can go in, and then I want the packs to be off, ready for when I start the engines. Oh yeah, I need to get the engine page into that one there. Let's get pushback ready. I want to go left, I think. APU is actually fired up, so I can get these off.
Hello, Captain. We're ready for pushback.
So it's only a 180-mile flight. It's shorter than the other one we did earlier. By like 30 miles. Not a lot shorter, but a bit shorter.
Locking gear.
I'm putting it into flaps 5 now, because I may as well. Oh, we need the fuel pumps on as well. I need to switch over to the right ignition for this flight. And then the anti-collision.
Departure
I'm happy
check
to put
completed.
those on now.
Bypass pin inserted. Release parking brakes. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at
And
will.
this time we're actually going to do it properly and start engine 2 first. And once it reaches 26, we'll introduce the fuel and start starting this one up. Feels good to start the engines up, I don't know why. Introduce fuel on this one as well. I can go into continuous. It's loading the SC Centre online, so Liverpool's offline already. Wow, that was quick. That's weird. We can now go on to engine power, so I'll get that off. Taxi light's coming on as well, and when we turn on, it's going to go on. And that's about it, really. Just check the vehicle, and it's good. Right, altitude, I can put that all the way to 230.
Set parking brakes.
We can unarm the speed brakes as well. Don't want them armed. So config, check, recall, flight controls, flaps, stabilizer trim, sail briefing, cabin secure, start switches are set, MCP is set. I think the transponder, I never actually turned off TARA. Running in the strobes and retracts. That's done
Unlocking gear.
when we actually take off. But the recall is good, so I'm just checking that.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
And we're taxiing out to runway 34, and then taking off from that. Manchester is reasonably busy. Let's have a look. So in terms of flights landing,
Left is clear. Right is clear.
the flight from Zurich is disconnected. There's a flight from Abu Dhabi getting in 16 minutes, and then shortly after that, flight from Inverness. So I think we might actually be on our own by the time we actually get down there. Had a good trip, so. I'll have a little look at our taxi route, I think all the way along there and then down. Happy to be taking off now. Getting out of here. So So I don't think as well, what I will say, I don't think, in order for the tour to count, I don't think any of these can be projected. So, no hard landings. Happy to use this exit here actually, so. Dublin traffic, runway 34, take off. At this point we can get all these lights on. Oh, and the packs can go on as well, onto auto. There are some birds there, so you need to be careful about that. Don't want to go hitting birds. Toga. And I'll start the clock there. 8 knots. V1, rotate.
V2,
Positive rate. Gear up. Leave this at the top, so I'm not to bother with them. And yeah, there are birds. I think we've stayed away from them. We haven't hit them, that's for certain. So the plane's got hold of the auto throttle. And the autopilot's come in as well. And one step I often forget is to lock the gear. Oh. I don't know why I have to lock it though. I mean, like, it's perfectly secure, right? For that to go in all the way up now. And the transition level down in Manchester is that. The altitude in Manchester is also 300, so I can keep that there at 300. I need to go standard pressure now. I don't want this thing to go above the 250 knot limit, but it probably is. It always does this. Turn off some tack lights can come off. Track balls can also go off. Those can go into flight. Auto brakes can come off. And that should be everything, I think. Just check. Air conditioning was done. Start switches are done. Landing gear is done. Auto brake done. Flaps done. Ultimate is done. .109.5 with a course of 232. And that's it. So we're above 10,000 now, which is good. Those can come off then. And seatbelt signs. We'll wait until we've evened out a bit, I think. This thing should stop turning pretty soon, I think. And there it is, it's rested and it's sitting there, so we can go ahead and... Oh, I never turned them back on. Rip. Oh well, they're off now anyway. They were off the entire time. Rip. Well, hopefully people followed the instruction that it should be on anyway. Put the engine page back into that there. So it is doing quite a steep climb, which I would expect it to do. I think it's a bit of a shorter flight onto this one. And the top percent is not going to be very far behind because of the restrictions we've got on the flight. Live control, remember, if we've got 8 playbacks on the stream, which is pretty good. I'll get the charts for Dublin all crossed off now because I don't need them anymore. I still need the docking chart and the aerodrome charts for Manchester. The docking chart doesn't seem as important, but you know, I think we are landing on 23 right because it had an ILS. That's the main runway, 23 right. We are landing on 23 right? I hope we are. It's 10,000 feet long exactly. Or are they both 10,000 feet exactly? Just checking the chart here. $30.48. Yeah, that's... So we are definitely landed on that one. Bit of a confusing layout of the airport, I'll be honest, but you know. In terms of stands, what do we use? Terminal 3 stands 46 to 58, and that's it. 46 to 58, so that's these there. So Terminal 3, isn't it, basically? So these ones here by off taxiway Golf. So we'll land, go out Bravo, Alpha, those sort of ones, and then all the way down to Alpha, Bravo, Bravo, all the way like that, and then all the way along, and then in. That sounds about right. Which I have actually done all that. The Vryr will stay the same because they're the same altitude airports, but actually I'll increase it by 10 because it is still different. That's the wrong Vryr lever thing. how far have we got? I'm going to guess like 20 miles maybe. It's not going to be long, is it? 36. Okay. But it's like 15 miles less than the other flight we did. Yeah, so I don't think we could have gone all the way up to 250 somehow. It would have been very tight if we'd gone all the way up to 250. Too tight for liking, I think. Okay, so at the moment, we'll be landing just behind the Abu Dhabi flight. We've just jumped ahead of it. No, that's not correct. Oh, I forgot it's in Zulu, isn't it? I keep forgetting it's in Zulu, which is an hour. Actually, no, because the time at the bottom there is in Zulu anyway. So, 15 minutes, that thinks we'll be here. Is it nuts? There's no way we'll be down in 15 minutes. I have to wait and see how that works out then. It could get a bit busy. Yeah, Manchester is quite busy at the moment. It would be useful if we had some ATC, but we don't. We don't even have any London Centre ATC at all, if I look, because Manchester is in the north sector, where there is no ATC. Unfortunately. Only the south and the centre have control. And we need to set the altitude all the way down to 3,000, I will. Actually, the ILS altitude is 3,500 or above. So, I don't know, 3,000 just seems right, doesn't it? I'll keep it in 20 all flight though, I'll keep it. Because it's, the waypoints after this one are actually so close together. I'll set the auto brakes in there. The auto brakes don't seem to do much though, because I generally just use manual brakes anyway in the end, but oh well. Also, this thing won't know about the total descent though. It still reckons is just before Donax. It reckons it's just before. At Donax, it reckons we should be at FL 220. Don't think it knows about the restriction though, which is flight level 170 at Malad. It doesn't know about that. But in terms of that's the only restriction we got, so. It's a nice airport, Manchester. How's this streaming going on for now then? So will we be like I don't know, I can't remember what the record was. It's only an hour and 55 so far, so I don't, because these were shorter flights than the ones we did last. The ones we did last time were longer flights. It's slowing itself down because we're only a few miles away from the airport now. They've just said We're literally just about to hit that now. So I think the Loganair will definitely be there before us. I don't actually see that flight coming in from Abu Dhabi. I don't see it anywhere. Oh, there it is. I can see it. Just spotted it there. So I think I might be in ahead of it, but I'll be behind the Loganair. But we've started our descent now, so that's good. Very short flight, this one. Only 93 miles away now. What's the average flight time on this flight then? 36 minutes. Which is weird because Simbrief was saying 39, so... So what stand we're gonna? I think we're gonna use stand 52. Stand 52, I fancy. Don't know why. It's a nice little place. It is. It's a nice little place. That's what we're gonna be using. So yeah. For now, it's just literally just sort of sit back with the airplane and let it descend normally. And we need to be at 17,000 from Mallard. Also, you guys, if you want to put down in the comment section which... Oh, lovely, I just saw... interrupt myself there. Oh yeah, just say, put down in the comments which aircraft do you prefer out of all the ones I fly. I want to know. But... what I've just noticed, I just looked up at my little ATC thing here. Manchester ground just came online, so that's quite interesting. They just popped on, so that's good. That means we should get some nice ground control, which is helpful. And then they probably won't be controlling the tower, but it's still nice to have some ground control. It's better than nothing, isn't it? Weird though, because I can see it pop up on here, but I haven't seen it. There you go, it's just popped up on Vatsim by now after refreshing it. What do they say then? Because obviously sometimes they have like requests, nothing at all. They have a voice ATIS going on 121.97. So I'll tune that 121.97. I don't think they fired it up yet. Oh well. Yeah, they haven't fired up the ATIS yet. So he's maybe not doing the ATIS, or I don't know. I have to wait and see. Hasn't set up the ATIS yet, so for now it's just a case of just sitting, waiting, I guess, for that to happen. We've passed Mallard. How far now? It's only 70 miles, not far. Hasn't set up an ATIS yet. Passing 16,000, 15,000, all that sort of stuff, you know. under 10 miles now to that VOR, and then we fly over to Mersey, and then it's direct to the ILS from there. No ATIS has come online yet, so they said they've set up a voice ATIS. They obviously haven't, have they? Doesn't matter though. There hasn't been set up an ATIS. I don't think there is going to be an ATIS, despite the fact that apparently there's supposed to be. I will just check. It's saying drag required, so the thing is, I don't really want to slow down quite yet, but I will now anyway, because we're coming up to 10,000 feet and all that. So yeah, I'm saying drag required. I've put drag in, and it's making no difference. Stop saying drag required, please. It's actually really annoying. Like, I know drag's required. Or whatever. I'll let it shout at me anyway, it doesn't seem to matter, does it? So we've got, on the ground at Manchester, we have an A321 EasyJet, that's at Liverpool. 777 Emirates. Obviously that A320. I'm going to put away the drag now. Let's go ahead and put the seatbelts on. No ATIS has been set up, so oh well. But yeah, definitely I think round the gate everywhere between 50 and 53ish, but obviously it depends on what ATC gives us. I'm going to put ATCC and then established on ILS 23 right. Obviously I'm not going to send that yet, I'm going to wait until we are actually established. Oh, it's time to put the fixed landing lights on now, not the other ones, just the fixed ones. It thinks that Logan airplane is a CRJ. Because it's the closest one it's got to it, isn't it? I'm positive I should have, though, an E145. Because I'm positive I have the BMI regional pack. From the AI. I don't know. How weird. It's going to want me to slow down, obviously. So I will let it slow down. It's impossible to slow this thing down though. Just hard, probably not impossible. Not easy though. I'm just going to zoom in on my VAT spy into that. So how long's the flight been so far then? So 23 minutes. We're only 39 miles out. That's a short flight. Very short. Fun though. So now it is 26 miles to the ILS. I'm trying to slow this thing down, but it doesn't want to. It doesn't seem to like slowing down. I'm actually pretty far enough down, but it's enough. What's the ground on then? It's 121.85, so I'll get that. 121.85, I'll get that in there. Is our current altitude. Nothing really to do at the moment. I mean, how busy is it actually? How busy is it? It's looking like we're definitely going to be ahead of the Abu Dhabi plane and behind the Inverness one. That's what it's looking like. There's the city of Manchester down there, and there's the airport just by there. You can't miss the airport, look at it. That's where I'm heading. Once I turn around. Obviously I have to turn around first. Only 13 nautical miles now to the ILS. So at the moment I think we're in there roughly, 36 minutes is the average for this flight, so that sounds roughly right, doesn't it? Anyway, between 36 and 39 is expected. Crazy how short these flights are though. There's 2 Thomas Cook planes going to the same place. It must be like flying together or something. Oh, okay, it wants us to decelerate now, and I'm going to put out always far as flaps 5, just so it'll just so I can get it to slow down. So I'm slowing it down now. The Logan has landed. This stream's got more playbacks than any of the others I've done so far, I think. In terms of these like sort of little Saturday morning flying. That's what I'll call it. I'll call it Saturday morning flying. I don't know, maybe not. Don't really know. Our landing speed has changed again. It's down another one. This has led to us being a bit too high, so I'll slow the plane down now. get into approach mode now. So it's going to arm the approach. See if it picks up anything. I can go as far as flaps 10. I can't go any further than that without buzzing at me until I do the gear, which I won't do yet. There you go. It's just got hold of the localizer, which is good. It's doing some quite steep turns, isn't it, to try and keep up with itself. I think that might have been a bird. There's quite a few birds out this morning, I've noticed that. There was someone leaving Dublin as well. It's got the glide slope as well, which is good. Accidentally went back into the 2D cockpit. It's crazy how those things look. They look so different. Towards the end of the stream, we've actually got a couple more viewers, haven't we? Up to 3 now at the moment. It's gone back down to 2 then. Actually, let's keep it on the live control room for now. Obviously, until I land, I have to wait until that happens first. I can safely say I'm established on the LS, so I'll send that now.
25.
Yeah, that's it, 2500. What's the go around altitude? Because I can set that, there is none. We'll keep it at 3000 then. It's normally around 3000 area. It's coming out, and that means we can do the, like, open up the flaps as well at the same time. And now I can take manual control of the plane. I don't even take manual control of the throttle yet. That's all that done then. Good. Taking out the autopilot then. Also need to make sure the speed's okay, because I did drop a bit there. And now I want to go over to the ground chart. It's important. And we need to butter this. We need to butter. We need to butter the bread. I'm back on course now. The wings are probably like doing that crazy wing flex that they do. They are. I see some birds over there. Hopefully that will avoid us.
Plus 100.
300.
Minimums.
There's
Light
minimums.
slope.
Try and go for a smooth landing again.
Yeah.
And we're down. How was that landing? 392. Acceptable, but not good. Not as good as the other ones. Very short flight indeed, 34 minutes. Whoa. Speedy. Right, we'll tune to ground.
Yes, I've started this Yankee Park, just Golf 02, 15, British 123. That was good professor. Thomas Cook 154, correct, and you're from Bristol-Dublin.
I've just said vacated 25 right. I'm not sure which one I've actually vacated off, like which taxiway. Hasn't given me any stand 52 via Bravo Kilo and then Juliet. So that's Alpha down there. So gate 52, which GSX is saying doesn't exist, but I know does. Oh my word, really game? I know 52 exists, so why doesn't GSX? We'll tally 53, and then maybe just park in the next one to it, or something, I don't know. So that's Charlie, we're going as far as Kilo. Manchester is quite busy at the moment, isn't it? Look at it. Packed down there. We're on to Kilo now by turning right then left. I need to go to Juliet, which isn't... Oh, there's Juliet. Oh, Kilo turns into Juliet. Oh, that's why it's not registering 52 mode. There's already a plane on 52. I don't know, I can't tell. This is now Juliet, and we're going a bit further than this. I don't get it, how we're still, like, going so fast. I'm literally on 0 power. The plane just wants to steer right all the time. Okay, so which one is stand 52 then? So that bit where it goes in then, got 48, 47, no, 48, 49. Yeah, 50. Actually, this is 52, the one that's getting me to go on to anyway. Where is 52? Oh, lovely, it tells me there. That's 52 there. Which GSX doesn't recognise. For some reason, GSX does not understand that there is a stand 52. It can't comprehend that there is a stand 52. Which I honestly don't understand, but you know. It just thinks that 52 doesn't exist, I guess. But it's here, like it's right here.
Stand 25, information whiskey, first IFR down to Lisbon South. National 1319 to Lisbon where the Coxham when Yankee departure Fox runway 23 left.
Yeah, this is why I use text to speech, because I can't understand a word they're saying.
1023. Someone in South out of runway 23 left, squawk 2.
It doesn't honestly recognise where I am.
That passenger went to minus squawk 2254.
I don't know why, but it's incapable of realising that there is such a stand as 52. So we'll have to live with no GSX
That
at
passenger
all.
went to 19 for booking ready for question steps.
Look, I've got an air stare and stuff like that, so I can just use that. But yeah, obviously I don't know what that's about. This can all come off. That's about it in terms of the state we want to leave it in, isn't it? But obviously this being the last flight we're doing, we want to turn everything off, don't we? Let's make sure everything's off. Everything's basically off then.
Manchester, what are you see? So, Hotel, thank you, return to you on stand 15H102 through West Coast to Hamburg.
That's about it, isn't it, I think? So what we need to do now is to take off this, don't we? Ground connections.
Easy 750 November.
Well, I don't know why this plane is still making noise. It should be in cold and dark, which it is. I think I can see here is off, so that's actually a bit weird. Well, it's still on. Just making it make that noise. All of it's off. That is so weird. Oh well. Disconnect from Vatsim. Get all this off. I don't know. I honestly don't know where why it's making that noise though. There's literally everything's turned off. How weird. What? Okay, it's not letting me file a pirate now. The flight ended. Why won't it let me? Oh my word. Okay, so we might have to abandon this whole tour idea now, because unfortunately it's just gone and actually I can submit a manual pirate unless I don't think they'll be allowed though. Why don't it let me? That's so weird. That's pretty annoying. It's just bugged out, is it? Okay, that's just decided to bug out, and we haven't been able to do that. That's not nice, because that now means, unfortunately, that none of that flight will count. It was a bit annoying. Well, what I'll do, I think, is oh, that's on the wrong screen. There you go. Oh, well, that's a bit annoying, I'll be honest. A little bit mean. Right, what I'll do, I'll submit a manual pirate. It was 35-minute long, the flight. Submit manual. So we won't get any points for the flight, but we'll get the flight hours for it. Oh well. And I don't think it'll make it valid anymore. It won't make the tour valid. So, oh well. It's been so slow, their flight, their like website as well. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this stream, despite the fact that the tracking software completely bugged out there at the end and wouldn't let me file a pirate. I think it might have something to do with the fact that I accidentally enabled slew mode, maybe. I'm not really sure, but you know, I wasn't doing. Obviously, I think it's only 100 bonus points or something. I can't remember how much it is, but it's not that important. It timed out. Their website timed out. Oh my word! What is wrong? Why are they just so? Why is it so bugged today? This website. I'm serious. It timed out because it couldn't do it. Anyway, I'm going to end the stream now. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.